shortly after, but the names of the people have not been made public. A man from McCool has been charged in the New Year's Eve killing of a man in Ware. WTVA reports the man arrested was 24-year-old Kentavious Merritt. He has been charged with second-degree murder and possession and use of a machine gun conversion device. The man killed was identified as 19-year-old Caden Yarborough. Police say the two men knew each other, and the shooting happened during an argument of some kind during an outdoor gathering there on Thomas Circle. Saving the state and ultimately you, the taxpayer, is the goal of some potential new laws that could be considered by the state legislature this year. Some state lawmakers say the state has too many agencies and boards, some of which don't even meet anymore. It is possible that some of those could be done away with, says Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann. The legislature gavels in for 2026 tomorrow at noon. You've got more news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Happy 2026, everyone. Welcome into the first Lindsay Beckham show of the new year. So much has happened since I was here last Wednesday. So many things to talk about. But first and foremost, hotty toddy, everyone. What a game that was. I was so excited that I was able to be there and witness that Sugar Bowl win in person. It was wild, but it was a game that I will never forget. And you know what? Oh, we're halfway there. Two more games. 2 games away from being national champions. Whoever would have thought Ole Miss fans would be able to say that, but here we are. It is so exciting. It was nice to take a short break from politics. And, well, I say that, even football has politics these days. What has gone on in the past month with Lane Kiffin not knowing what coaches will be coaching in the playoffs? It's just wild. It's absolutely wild. I can't wait to see what happens. Now, they say Thursday for the Fiesta Bowl, Ole Miss fans are supposed to wear red. Well, I'm just going to tell you, my red coat and my powder blue dress have worked so far. And I know that it drives Sean insane. So that's what I will be wearing Thursday, regardless of where I watch this game. And I cannot wait. I'm really, really excited about it. Baseball has always been the sport that I've loved. I grew up at the baseball field. My dad was a Little League umpire. But my dad was a Rebel through and through. And so I am sure that he is celebrating in heaven because he loved some Ole Miss football. Super, super exciting stuff there. We are live. We are coming to you live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. It is the first show of 2026. We are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and X. The number to call in to the station today is 601-879-0002. We also have a text line. That number is 601-879-4648. It is a new year, and I just want to say thank you so much. You guys have made the first year of the Lindsay Beckham Show so worthwhile. I have loved getting to meet so many of you, and I just really enjoy everyone who comes up and tells me that they listen, that they've been enjoying the show. It means the absolute world to me. All the guests that I have had on over the past few months. Of course, our Tuesday co-host, Miss Morgan Charlie from Women's Wellness, who knows everything about wellness and hormone replacement therapy and weight loss and skincare and health, all the things. We appreciate her so much. She's got some big news. her better half, or other half, I should say other half, not better half, Todd McAlpin, he announced this morning that he will be running for Madison County Court Judge. So they are going to be gearing up for that campaign. Miss Leah Ferretti, who's been on with me several times from Mississippi Ready. All the guests that we've had, our CEO at Moms for Liberty, Tina Deskovich, Corey DeAngelis, School Choice Godfather, Senator Jeremy England, Russ Latino. There's so many, Jerry Mitchell, so many people. I'm so thankful took the time to come on the show. State Auditor Shad White. So many people. I could never name them all. And then the sponsors. I truly want to thank the sponsors who took a chance on me and on Sean. Now, we'll definitely say other half there. So we all know I'm the better half. I kid. But big thanks to Sean, who is here with me a good bit. We break down all the true crime that I love and all the boring law parts of it that he loves. The Yerkeron Law Firm. If you need a defense attorney, he's your guy. Pure Air Consultants. Americans for Prosperity, Mississippi. CrossFit Fondren. Bain Bowen Law Firm, former Representative Nick Bain. Big thanks to all the people who have sponsored the show in the first year. We started the show around the end of March last year, and it's just been so enjoyable to be able to come to the station, share my thoughts and views and opinions on things that I care about, and be able to talk to people, be able to have guests on here who are able to explain things much better than I can, and to be able to share all of that with you guys. I just really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It means so much more than I could ever put into words and say. Look, I always knew this big mouth would be used for something. I got the sweetest message the other day from one of my high school teachers. You don't even realize who hears you when you speak out and you fight for things that you care about. You never know who's listening. She sent me the sweetest message, and it really it touched my heart to know that people who I really respect and have looked up to for many, many years are paying attention to what I'm saying. That's the best feeling in the world, and are proud of what I'm fighting for, especially when it comes to our children, our education system, the future of education in the great state of Mississippi, the greatest country ever to be in existence, United States of America. Look, if we don't fight for it, it's not going to be there for our children. Big week. Tomorrow, the first day of the Mississippi 2026 legislative session. They are going to get fired up tomorrow. They gavel in at lunch. I'm excited. If you had ever told me that I would get so much enjoyment and excitement from the legislative session, I would have laughed at you. But here we are. When something affects you personally, you can't look away any longer. And so there are many, many things that I plan to work on this session. I got a call this morning from one of our senators who wants to meet to discuss things that we can work together on. And I'm so excited that our legislators are listening. And if you ever think that you don't have a voice or that you don't have a say, I promise you, you do. You got to get plugged in. You've got to know who represents you, know who your representative is, know who your senator is. Get out and vote, of course. But that's not the only way that your voice can be heard. Go to your legislators, the ones that represent your district, and talk to them about things that you care about. The majority of them who I have met and gotten to know, they might not do everything I want them to, but they at least listen. They'll at least take the time to listen to what I have to say and discuss it with me. And that's all we can really ask for. As you know, if you have been following along at all, it seems like education is going to be at the forefront of this year's legislative session. Now, that excites the heck out of me because that's where my passion lies. And it might get ugly. In fact, it usually does before it is all said and done. Now, there's a little saying around the Capitol that no bill is ever really dead until it is dead, dead, dead. And I'll tell you what, I've seen them resurrect some bills back to life that had already died 3 times. It's almost like being Ole Miss at the Sugar Bowl. You gotta win 3 times. Well, it's the same way, it seems like, with legislation. Just because you may think that a bill didn't make it through committee or that it didn't get voted on, died on the calendar, didn't make it to a vote on the floor, there are some sneaky little ways to get some language through, even if it is so-called dead. Look, I like it when that works in my favor on things, but you also have to be so careful because it's just as important to stop the bad legislation than to get the good legislation through. Sometimes more important, in fact. And y'all, this is where it counts. These laws that are being made right here in Jackson, Mississippi, down at our state capitol, these are the things that affect you and I on a daily basis, much more so than anything our federal government's doing. So you got to pay attention. And if you don't have time to spend reading hours upon hours of bill language, then just tune into the Lindsay Beckham Show right here on WIAB 12 to 1, Monday through Friday, because I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know when you need to make phone calls, when you need to send emails. I will most definitely keep you updated because my eyes are going to be glued on what's going on over there at our state capitol for the next at least 3 months. Our state legislative session begins in January, and most years ends at the end of March. Now, every 4th year after an election, the legislative session goes a month longer. I feel like that's almost too long. 4 months is a long time. But we've got some new legislators coming in this year from special elections. And I think it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. I have hope that we are gonna get some good things done. I'm thankful for all of those legislators who are willing to listen and work with their constituents on issues that are cared very deeply about. But there's so much more to get into today. I want to talk about, I don't know if many of you followed Christian Andriacchio's case. It was featured on a podcast called Culpable. It became one of the most downloaded, the most listened to podcasts of all time. Case right here in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm going to tell you about that and the crazy things that have happened in that case over the past few days. I'm happy to talk more about the Lane Kiffin drama. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to be there to coach in the Fiesta Bowl Thursday? How many Ole Miss players do you think will join the transfer portal? And will they wait until after Thursday's games or after the national championship? I don't like the way they do things. I think it needs to definitely be revamped. I will get into that. And then you know what? I'm just going to say it. I have some real opinions on Erica Kirk. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back here on the Lindsay Beckham Show, WIAB 103.9. Oh, 3.9.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity. Stick to your New Year's resolution with the lighter meal option. Try any of our mouth-watering, delicious pizza bowls at Johnny's Pizza House, like our Mighty Meaty Chicken Ranchero, Barbecue Blast, Pepperoni Power, Buffalo Chicken, or our delicious Bacon Cheeseburger Bowl. You can enjoy your favorite pizza without the crust and with 400 fewer crustless calories. Dine in or pick up today at any Johnny's Pizza House location. Ring in the new year full of flavor and guilt-free at Johnny's Pizza House.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
I'm here with John Ravenstein, and John, you sure seem to love what you do.
What's not to love?
Working with diamonds and gemstones.
Ever since I was a kid, growing up in Northeast Jackson, I dreamed of being a jeweler.
You knew that early on what you wanted to be in life?
I would ride my bike every day after school, all the way down to my parents' store on Capitol Street to clean the jewelry cases, just to see every diamond I could. It was amazing.
Like a kid in a candy store, huh?
And right then I knew it was either that or a rock star.
I didn't know you could sing.
You know, I can't. That's why I'm a jeweler.
I don't know, John. If you think about it, you got thousands of fans.
Yeah.
And women who adore you.
Okay.
You're a rock star.
I guess you're right. And these are my Rolling Stones.
Juniker Jewelry, Mississippi's direct diamond importer. From anywhere in Mississippi, we're at 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and junikerjewelry.com.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Here's what they're saying about Corcoran Door Company.
I'm going to yell out to one of your sponsors here, Corcoran Door. When the guy came out here, instead of just trying to throw a door up, he was looking at the way the house was facing. Man, with this double garage here on the south side, you might want to consider a insulated door. I came in earlier today about 2:30. The car thermometer said 99 degrees. The thermometer inside the garage was 82.
That's why they've been around 50 years.
Yeah.
Corkanddoor.com. CORKERN door.com.
Come together.
Welcome back into the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. We are live here on the Lindsay Beckham Show, coming to you from the heart of Flora. Again, 601-879-0002 is the number to call into the station today. 601-879-4648 is the text line if you have anything that you want to text me today while we are discussing these very interesting topics. It is a new year. If you would like to get on board as a sponsor, we've got some new sponsors coming on that I'm excited about, but we still have space. So reach out to me, let me know. You can email me, lindsay@wyab.com. It is a great, great way to get word out about your business. Now, especially that we've got this 50,000 watts of output. I don't know what all that means, but I do know that it means you can hear the show for a large portion of Mississippi on the radio. So be sure to tune in to all of our shows. The Clay Edwards Show from 7 to 9. Well, Chip Matthews from 6 to 7, and then Clay 7 to 9. Then the next hour is kind of a hodgepodge. We've got Mike Madison a few days a week. We've got Clay doing a third hour on Mondays. I think we have our blues and music hour on Fridays during that 9 to 10 spot. I think Chip is back on Tuesdays, I believe. Followed by the Andrew Gosser Show, to be followed by yours truly right here. And then rounding out the day with our very own Kim Wade from 4 to 6. Be sure to listen to him as you drive home from work. He will get you fired up. But let me tell you something that fires me up. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion here, and I might make some of my conservative friends mad, but I'm going to say it because I think it should be said. What is going on with Erica Kirk? What is she doing? Now, I get it. People grieve differently. I understand. But y'all, I can't count how many interviews she's given, how many shows that she's been on. And now you're bringing in Nicki Minaj as though she's some conservative role model influencer. I'm sorry, that's not the role model I want for my daughters. You preached this narrative all these years about women being in the home, women raising the children. I feel like you're on the road appearing and having media appearances or going on a book tour or hosting large conferences more so than you are at home with your children. Throwing out hats and merch and walking out head to toe sequins as though you're a rock star with fireworks lighting up the stage. Come on. Now, look, although we all grieve differently, I have been there. I know firsthand what it feels like to very unexpectedly lose your spouse. And I know that in the weeks and months following that horrific event in my life, I was not on media tours. I was home loving my children, soaking up every single moment with them, taking them to grief counseling, spending as much one-on-one time with them, each of them as possible. Also had two newborns, one who was very sick. But it is wild to me that she is out there making these almost rock star-like appearances with her nails always perfectly done and her hair always perfect. And it just blows my mind. I almost think, was it really the smartest decision to take on CEO of an organization like Turning Point USA? Not just any organization, but a huge organization. Maybe you need to wait just a little bit. Maybe you need to grieve. Maybe you need to be there for your children as they grieve. I feel like that should be her most important priority right now. Now, I was a big fan of Charlie Kirk, and I think that his murder, his death, his assassination was the biggest story of 2025. I cried for 2 days because I really believed in what he was doing. He was making a huge difference, and a huge difference in the next generation on those college campuses. He was speaking truth. I loved that. I don't think I really ever saw Erica or knew who she was until after his death. I gotta say, I, for one, thought it was very strange when she posted herself over his dead body. And I thought to myself at that moment, who is filming this? And what part of you makes you want to post it to social media? That's a very private moment. It's not a moment I would want to remember, I don't think. I don't know why it bothers me so much. But it just almost feels like she's taking advantage of the situation in order to promote herself and not the things that Charlie Kirk stood for and that Turning Point USA stood for. And I don't know what's going on over there behind the scenes, but it certainly seems like where there's smoke, there's fire, and something's not right. I don't know if maybe they need to get some advice about how to move forward in the future with Turning Point, but it just leaves me feeling very uneasy and very unsettled about Turning Point and what that organization is going to be doing in the future. I mean, we saw at AmFest, it turned out to be just our conservative leaders going after each other on stage. That's not productive. I can't stand the infighting that goes on, not only within your party, but with these leading conservative organizations. We have a bigger enemy than each other. Nobody is ever going to agree 100% of the time. But there are so many things that we can agree on and that we can come together and fight those things together instead of fighting with each other. Or instead of wanting to use a company to promote yourself or an organization like the one Charlie Kirk built. Also, I'm sure many of you have seen the lies that she's been caught in. And it's just not a good look. I don't know. I don't get a good vibe. And as a widow myself, I just wish I could understand what she was thinking because I've lost my husband, yes, and I know friends. I've got friends who have lost their spouse, and that's just not the way I've ever seen anyone act in the coming weeks and months shortly after losing a spouse, especially the way we saw Charlie Kirk die. The whole world saw Charlie Kirk die. It's very disturbing. I think someone needs to sit her down and explain. Right now, her kids need her more than anyone, more than an organization, more than anyone buying tickets to AmFest. That should be the most important thing. I know that's probably a very controversial thing to say, but I'm just puzzled. I'm extremely puzzled by it all. Something just rubs me the wrong way there. And I don't know what we're going to see unfold in the coming months and years with Turning Point USA. But right now, I have a bad taste in my mouth. Hopefully they can turn things around. I'll definitely be cheering them on. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. There's so much more I want to talk about. And we'll be right back here on The Lindsay Beckham Show. And we'll be right back here on The Lindsay Beckham Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Nick Bain served Mississippi for over a decade in the State House. During that time, he fought for our children by protecting them against explicit materials pushed by the woke agenda. He protected taxpayers by streamlining government and helped create policies that have made Mississippi better. Nick and his team at Bain Bowen will use the same tenacity in helping you with all your legal matters. Call them today at 601-953-2994. Find Nick online at bainbowen.com. That's BAIN Bowen.com.
Stick to your New Year's resolution with the lighter meal option. Try any of our mouth-watering, delicious pizza bowls at Johnny's Pizza House, like our Mighty Meaty Chicken Ranchero, Barbecue Blast, Pepperoni Power, Buffalo Chicken, or our delicious Bacon Cheeseburger Bowl. You can enjoy your favorite pizza without the crust and with 400 fewer crustless calories. Dine in or pick up today at any Johnny's Pizza House location. Ring in the new year full of flavor and guilt-free at Johnny's Pizza House.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Looking for the sweetest spot in Mississippi? Well, bring the whole family to Mississippi Candy Company. From gummies and nostalgic candies to rich chocolate and creamy Hershey's ice cream, there's a treat for everyone at Mississippi Candy Company. Enjoy freshly made, flavor-packed popcorn, even tasty lunch specials featuring their signature smash burger. Folks, they're to die for. Grandparents, bring your grandkids in today to Mississippi Candy Company, where every visit is a delight. Located 102 D's Drive, Gluckstadt, and also find them on Facebook.
Y'all come see us at Flora Animal Hospital, your trusted hometown vet. We offer a wide variety of veterinary services, including boarding. Dr. Kaylee McCary is a Madison County native who has been serving the Flora community and surrounding areas since 2013. She leads our team of highly trained and compassionate women. We are located at 740 Highway 49 in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Call us today at 601-879-3222. At Flora Animal Hospital, we treat your pets like our own.
This is Doug with Magnolia Safety Group. Imagine a workplace where every employee feels safe and empowered. At Magnolia Safety Group, we make that vision a reality. From OSHA compliance to customized training, hazard assessments, and safety audits. We deliver tailored solutions that protect your people and boost productivity. Don't just meet safety standards, exceed them. Partner with Magnolia Safety Group and build a safer future one workplace at a time. Call us today to get started or check out our website at magnoliasafetygroup.com.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
Welcome back to the Lindsay Beckham Show. We are live, the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios right here in good old Flora, Mississippi, the WYAB studios. Now, as you know, we live in the South, and who knows what the weather is ever going to be like. Seems like we never get that white Christmas that everybody wants, but we do end up most of the time having cold weather come in January, February, March, and before it gets here, make sure that the heating unit in your home does not go south. Contact our friends at Pure Air Consultants, your local day and night dealer. Tony and his team of professionals at Pure Air Consultants have been servicing Central Mississippi for more than 21 years. You too can become one of the many satisfied customers who choose to use Pure Air Consultants. They are locally owned and operated both day and night. You can find them online at mypureairconsultants.com or reach them at 601-939-7420. The last thing you want is your air or your heat to not work when you need it, and they can take care of you over at My Pure Air Consultants. We are very thankful for their support of WIB and of the Lindsay Beckham Show. So y'all give them a call. Y'all know I love true crime. Sean and Clay make fun of women who are obsessed with true crime. I don't know that I'm obsessed with it, but I think it's always wanting to know why people do the crazy things they do. But there was a case right here in Central Mississippi, just a little ways from us, over in Meridian. Christian Andriacchio, young boy, I think he was, I'm not quite sure, I think he was in his early 20s, worked offshore, came from a great family, was working his way up in the company that he worked for, had a great relationship with his mom, with his sister. Well, this case was made famous by the podcast Culpable. It came out right in that the height of the true crime podcast being all the rage, like Serial and Up and Vanished. Well, Culpable to this day is one of the most downloaded and most listened to podcasts. Now, Christian Andriacchio's death was ruled a suicide, although there were so many things that did not add up. He was dating a girl, her name's Whitley Goodwin. She had called him. He was working offshore. I don't know if there was some kind of argument, trying to remember the details, but he ended up leaving and coming home early. And when he did, he ended up either killing himself or being shot and killed in his apartment in the upstairs bathtub. Now, another thing that's very strange is that he had a good friend, Dylan, who for some reason was at the bank with Christian's debit card trying to take money out of his account just hours or minutes before he was found dead. Very, very strange. Whitley, his girlfriend, was in the apartment at the time they say that he killed himself, yet she didn't hear the gunshot. Also very, very strange. She also had gunpowder residue on her hands that she said was from shooting guns with a friend. A lot of things did not add up, and the family never felt that they got the real answers of what happened to Christian. I personally don't believe that they did either. But over New Year's, I'm guessing it was, we get in that weird space between Christmas and New Year's when nobody really knows what day it is before you get back into the real mundane Monday through Friday. But Whitley Goodwin, who had moved to Alabama, died overnight. Now, I've heard conflicting reports of what happened to her. I've heard suicide. I've heard that there may have been drugs involved. I've heard there was possibly aspirating in her sleep after having too much to drink. I don't know if there is any truth to any of that. These are just things that I've read, but I do know that Whitley is dead. I've seen a lot of people make remarks about karma. I just don't think it's our place to decide what should happen to someone when it comes to life and death. I do feel for her family. I'm sure that they are hurting and grieving. And I read a post from Miss Ray Andriacchio, Christian's mother, and she said, "This is never what we wanted. Yes, did we want her to face justice? Absolutely, but here on earth." And I don't think that they ever got the closure as far as that getting justice is concerned. She did mention there are other people who were involved who are still very much alive. And I don't think that Miss Ray Andriacchio is ever going to stop looking for the real answers of what happened in that apartment that day her son lost his life. She's one of those mama bears who just doesn't stop and doesn't give up and can't be pushed around. So many, many prayers for Whitley's family and also the Andriacchio family, because this was not the kind of justice they were looking for. And I'm sure this is very difficult for news for them as well. Not only that, but there have been reports that the Andriacchio family home caught fire over the last several days, a few nights ago. Be careful, though. I've seen a few fundraisers that the family has come out and said are not legitimate. So be careful what you give your money to. I think it's sick that anyone could prey on people and their finances through something like that, through a tragedy like that. But those kind of sick people are out there. So definitely be careful what you're looking at. Make sure it's legitimate. But my heart just bleeds for that family. They may never get the answers that they are so desperately looking for. I understand that as well. We never found the person who murdered my sister in 2009. And that closure, if you never get that closure, it's just really, really difficult to move on and to move past that. So I know so many of you listened to Culpable and were very invested in this case. I think the family has been on Dateline 20/24/7 48 Hours, all the shows that they have made the rounds and have tried to get their story out there. I pray that one day they do get answers, they do get closure, and that justice is served. So praying for the Andriacchio family. Hopefully there will be an update from them soon. We're going to take a break, our last break of the day. When we get back, I want to tell you how I would run things if I had control of college football. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Lindsay Beckham Show. College football. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Lindsay Beckham Show.
.1039 WYAB.
In the heart of Flora, there's a place where love, laughter, and comfort come with every cut, color, and style. At our family-owned salon, you're not just a client. You're part of the family. Come share a smile with Shelby, Henley, and Rhonda, ready to make you feel beautiful inside and out. Whether it's a fresh new look or a little time to relax, we've got the chair waiting for you. So step in and feel at home. Find us on Facebook at In Style Salon Flora.
I am Wayne Lloyd, Delta Farm Services, LLC. We do all types of dirt work, excavation, dozer work, land leveling. We do building pads, commercial ponds and lakes, residential ponds and lakes, anything with dirt work. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
Google Delta Farm Services, LLC, or find them on Facebook. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
At Bank of Yazoo, we believe that common sense makes for better banking. That's why we've taken our array of checking accounts and simplified them for you, boiling down features and benefits to create our New You, Achieve You, Benefit You, and Protect You checking accounts. Ready to discover how simple is better? Talk with us today. Bank of Yazoo, Bank of You. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Grizz Nation, get ready to be here and to be loud on Friday, January 9th, when your Memphis Grizzlies take on the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder at FedEx Forum. Do not wait. Grab your tickets for this blockbuster matchup right now at grizzlies.com/tickets or at the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosales.llc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Getting a new prescription filled in your eyeglasses may not get rid of your headaches. It may not be the prescription at all. If your eyeglasses are not custom fit and properly adjusted to you, that could be the source of your headaches. At Eye Gear Optical, we verify the prescription in your lenses and the custom fitting of your frames to ensure you have the most comfortable and visually accurate eyeglasses every time. We fit eyeglasses to you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Eye Gear Optical, 2630 Highway 80 East in Pearl, and eyegearoptical.com.
Get the hell out of your life. And now you can get twice as much Get the Hell Out of Your Life every week on WYAB. Join Ron Myers every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. as he brings you stories of inspiration, interviewing guests who have successfully gotten the hell out of their life by finding Jesus. So start your weekend off right at 7 a.m. on 1039 WYAB, the new day and time for Get the Hell Out of Your Life.
come together.
Welcome back into the Lindsay Beckham Show, the first show of 2026, the last few minutes of the first show of 2026. I saw some interesting news this morning, some good news. First of all, Tim Walz has decided not to run for re-election as governor over there in Minnesota. Can we all just say amen? Thank goodness. Hopefully he has decided to end his run in politics. We can only hope. Also feel like AOC and Gavin Newsom should do the same. A girl can wish. Also, Trinidad Chambliss, quarterback for the Ole Miss Rebels, has made a commitment to stay and play next year. You know, it's funny when you think about it. Lane Kiffin recruited Simmons. Charlie Weiss recruited Trinidad Chambliss, who has turned out to be one heck of a college football quarterback. What incredible plays he made the other night, leading his team to victory. I really am impressed with this young man. Not only did he play his heart out, but he rushed over to shake Georgia quarterback's hand after the game. He also credited his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, when asked who he wanted to thank. You know, with all this confusion surrounding Ole Miss, who will coach, who will stay, who will go, I think it begs for some changes to be made so that this doesn't happen again. I think there should be no transferring, no portals opened until that national championship game has been played and the season is completely over. This coaches moving on and teams not knowing what part of the coaching staff is going to stay or going to go, transfer portals being opened, possibly being actively recruited by your former coach. That is a lot. That is a headache. And they need to change the way this is being done. I know things have changed, switched up a whole lot in the last few years. Sean gets very passionate about it. He believes that, you know, these kids should be paid. But I feel like we got to find a better way for this system to work so that teams and players aren't stuck in limbo like so many Ole Miss players are right now. It's not fair to them. They've worked their tails off for this. But regardless, I will be screaming hotty toddy Thursday night. And win or lose, those boys have played hard. We'll be back here tomorrow with Morgan Charlie, same time, same place. See you then.